Hey guys, so I've been asked by a couple people, because I do 3D printing and some logo work, to show the basics of the program I use called Fusion 360. This program lets you do anything from create drone cages so that your drone doesn't crash to fan cowlings and car parts, GIFs, fan adapters, logos, coffee sleeves, and in particular today I'm going to be doing logos. I think they're really easy to do. They're a great place to start. They're kind of fun and functional. Uh, and did I mention they're easy? So this is one I've done, uh, just of my Naples Drone Solutions logo. That's of course the channel you're watching. Um, but it didn't turn out so well because if you zoom in, this is right here, 2/10 of a millimeter wide, and the 3D printer I use just doesn't like that kind of resolution. Um, so what I'm going to do is kind of show you the basics of how to create something like this with a little plaque, and hopefully you can use it to make a 3D rendering of your own uh, logo. So where we're going to start is we're going to make sure we have the logo, of course, and I've got my logo right here. This is for Mag Sheath. It's a magnetic belt sheath that I made for knives and whatnot. That is a little bit of a plug, by the way. So we're going to go start by going to Google and finding an image to SVG converter. There's other ways to do this. I know people that do it by tracing a bitmap off of image, which with a threshold set so that it's just black and white. I find this is just much easier, and their program does a very good job of dealing with all the complex curves in a colored photo. Um, but we're going to choose our file, which I have my file chosen here. We're going to open it. Then we're going to click Convert File once we see that file's loaded. It's going to download. Once it downloads, and we're sure it's downloaded, we're going to open our Fusion 360, which you can get for free with an educator license or even a hobbyist license. Something I really like about Autodesk is they recently made their software free even for companies as long as you make under 100,000. So we're going to take a new design. We're going to go to Insert, Insert Mesh. It's going to ask us what we want to insert. Well, our recent download is what we're going to go to. One thing I don't like is sometimes this program can be kind of slow, so we're going to insert an SVG into the model. Didn't mean to click that. Insert our SVG. We're going to go to our logo, and it's going to be, as we can see down here, our one SVG. I already did this earlier just to make sure it works. Wait a minute, because sometimes it has a hard time. I'm going to check our logo. Looks pretty good, but it is huge. We can notice that it's about 550 millimeters long, and our print bed area on the printer I use, which is an i3 Prusa, is only 200 millimeters. So we want to scale this down to about 20%. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in 0.2 by the scale plane and hit enter. We can see that now this is around 100, we'll call that 110 millimeters. So now we've got a two-dimensional shape in our sketch plane. Well, what we want to do is we want to make sure that not only do we have that shape, but we want to make sure we have the backing, because if you 3D print these numbers or these letters, you're just going to have a bunch of individual letters, and we don't want that. We want it to be stuck on something that we can display like a plaque. So we're going to make this square area, and then we're going to hit E, which is extrude, and we're going to pull that plane out. We actually want to pull it in a negative direction because we're going to be pulling the letters out. So we're going to pull it out -3 millimeters. And if you like just something like that, then you can have your logo just be that. But what we're actually going to do, I actually did that wrong, is you're going to want to make sure you select all of it, because if you select just the background, you're going to get that, and then there will be nothing for your letters to adhere to. Now we're going to take that, extrude it -3 millimeters, and we have a full plane. Then we're going to go back over here to our browser. We're going to turn back on the sketch, because by default it turns the sketches off. Now we're going to extrude our logo. We're going to hit E, and we're going to make sure we click only the letters. And then I'm not sure what I want to extrude this as, because I want to make sure that it's deep enough but it doesn't look weird. So like that would look weird and probably have a pretty hard time printing. But I do want it to come off a little bit. So I think, I don't know, I think 3 is a good one. So we'll just make it 3. Well, now you can see that we have this 3D shape, and we've got our logo. It says mag sheath. It's pretty cool. Now we can print this out of PLA, ABS. You could even make a cam automation and set this up to be CNC'd out of a block of aluminum. But if you guys have any interest in any 3D designs or want to see me design anything, feel free to comment or message me, or if you like my page, feel free to subscribe below. I hope to post quite a few more like this, just showing kind of how I operate and how I get through the things that I like doing, like coffee sleeves and fan adapters and whatnot. Take a look at my page, Naples Drone Solutions. We do a lot of cool aerial video, and hope to see you guys again soon.